Setting up a new movie event only takes a few minutes. When you first log into the theaterinvite.com system, you'll automatically be taken to the events page. If not, you can click on this events button in the upper left corner. So what you want to do is click on this add a new event link. The first step in setting up a movie event is to choose the date and the time that you would like to show the movie. So for our demonstration, let's set it for Saturday the 11th, and we'll set it for 7 p.m. Now the next thing we need to choose is the type of reservation. We have two choices, seat reservations or general admission. Seat reservations allow your guests to reserve a specific seat in your theater. General admission simply allows them to reserve a spot for themselves, but not necessarily a seat. So say you have 8 seats available for guests. General admission makes sure that 8 people are allowed to sign up for your movie, but no more than that, so that you don't have more guests than seats. But it doesn't force them to sit in any particular seat, and when they get there, they can figure it out. So in this case, let's set up an event for seat reservations. We want our friends and family to choose the specific seats that they want to sit in. So now that we've done that, we'll go to the next step. The next step is finding the movie that we would like to show. We've got a large database of almost every movie that's come out in the movie theaters, and you should be able to search it. We have the cover art, all the information about the movie, the runtime, actors, etc. If you're going to show a movie that's not in our database, either because it's perhaps a family movie, or maybe even just want to show a sporting event, say Super Bowl or maybe a UFC fight, you can always just click on the manual movie entry and you'll see that these fields appear that allow you to type the title of the movie or the event that you're going to show and all the information about it. For our demonstration, let's go ahead and search our database, and why don't we do Star Wars? That's a pretty good one. So Star Wars. And these are all the results we have for Star Wars. And let's pick this first one, the original Star Wars. Came out in 1977. So when we click on it, it automatically pulls all the information from the database. So we have the title, the year, the runtime of the movie, the rating, actors, and so on. The next step is to choose if we want a menu for our event. If we want, we can set up a menu that our guests can choose from that has different snacks and foods, whatever drinks, whatever you want to offer them. And the point of this is the system will create kind of a grocery list for you so that you know what foods to have available for your guests. If you don't want to serve food or have a menu, you can just click on no menu for this event. But why don't we go ahead and create a menu? So we'll click that. Now, I've used this before, so I've already got some information in here. You can see under food, I have hamburgers and pizza, and I've got drinks and so forth. So let's just leave it as it is. If there was something on here that you didn't want, you could simply delete it and it'll automatically disappear. If you would like to add other items, you simply type them in and click add. For now, why don't we just leave the menu as it is, and we'll proceed to the next step. We've created a bunch of marquees for you to use. Each person has a personal theater page that will show your marquee with your movie that you're showing and all the information about it on the marquee. And that's what your guests will see when they click through on their invitation. So you can choose a different marquee each time if you want. You'll see that each row of marquees has the same marquee. They just have different backgrounds. So for example, this one has a background of moon and stars. This one has a background of city and stars, forest and stars, and this one's a cloudy night. So why don't we choose the cityscape one? So once we choose it, down here at the bottom of the page, you'll see that it has automatically filled in the movie info that we chose. So on the first line of the marquee, it has Star Wars. The second line has the rating and the runtime. And then the last line has the date and time of your event. You can change these if you want. You can click there and type something different if you don't like what the system has put in. All right, let's proceed to the next step. And on this step, we choose who we want to invite. All the guests that you have previously entered into the guest list are shown here. If you did not want to invite one of the guests, you could simply uncheck their name. And below that, you will see an exact copy of what the invitation will look like when the guests receive it in their email box. Now, on this particular one, we have a place where you can actually type a custom message in here. And the reason we put this in is there may be situations where you want to have people bring their kids over, if say you were showing a kids movie, or not bring their kids over, or you may want to ask people to bring a snack. Anything that you want to type in, you can type it in there. Down below that, we have the movie poster and all the information, and then finally where, when, and how to get a hold of us. So once you've got all that done, you simply click send invitations, and all the invitations are emailed out to your guests, and then it's up to them to reserve seats for themselves.